Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day today. This is a video for everybody, I suppose. It's a video that's going to, it was requested in some ways. And it's fun, I think. It's exciting. Regardless of the distance, I think it's very fulfilling to reach out to you guys, have you worry less. Uh, so everybody has a consciousness. Your consciousness isn't necessarily your your. It's not your body. It's the avatar that controls your body. You are aware, right? You're a little more consciousness as most living creatures on this planet because you grieve when someone passes, right? You understand that there's a loss when someone's there. There's a loved one that's missing or gone or unavailable to you. You feel that. You understand that. You remember the good times you've spent, as a kid, with your grandpa or your grandma. You understand that there's a little more to the experiences of just being a human being in life. Most of us have um, skills and abilities go far beyond what it takes for you to earn your living and just live your best life as much as you can for yourself. And this gift is a responsibility that you have for yourself. And a lot of people would take it for granted if they have an ability that they can use to help others or even just help themselves or their close family members. Doesn't matter, right? You are fulfilling that part of you. And the best way that I found out was during COVID was a time when everyone was running around with their head on fire, and a lot of people went within for themselves. And this is the beginning of a lot of agreements, right, that we made and that we're going to complete because if there's an extinction level event that can happen at any time, right? Something coming from outside the galaxy, outside our solar system, and comes in and threatens the very existence of this planet, then that's a good reason for you to come together and shake hands and come to an agreement. Of all the agreements, if you agree to that you forfeited or reneged on, you can come to an agreement. That's very possible. Your existence is intertwined with humanity in the way that you have molded that part of humanity in a lot of ways that we're all living through and experience in so many little details every single day of our lives that we can't not deny you any participation in the future of the planet. But still, you have to give up and let it open source so that it can develop in its own way and can achieve its own level of happiness. Even with the existing structures, it still must be made to be free in lots of ways that you know how to make those kind of restrictions for yourself. So, for yourself, and then and hence for everyone else too, right? The whole planet. So, so there is a way, right? There is a growth exponentially that happens. So what happened in during COVID was something that was pushing those that were going inwards, those that were looking for something more of what they know it's out there. And among our family members, we're not all just family in that way. There's a galactic family that you have here. That doesn't necessarily have to be your blood relative. It could be anyone. It could be any person across any different part of the world, Europe, Asia, and all these other locations where there's just people like you that understand a little more. I was riding in a bus, public transportation, and this girl sat next to me. She was across from me. And even though we were sitting at our seats, there was still a connection with this person that I knew. And you can pretty much understand her thought process in real time. And before I left, I got up and I told her um, that you shouldn't worry. I just told her this because I knew she was aware and understood what I was going to say. You shouldn't worry. Everything's going to be okay. And that there's many people out there like us. So she'd understand that she's living the above human experience of what it is to be in the human avatar. And you have to understand that. I was also sitting across some kids, and while I was on my laptop working on something, they happened to be sitting across from me, and they were there. And even though they were giggling and laughing and showing signs of affection, I don't really think I ever saw their lips move. And I was very happy to see that because it's just sometimes you want that physical confirmation of things, that it's not just stuff that's swirling in your head. When you get yourself to put yourself out there, and your situation might not be a situation where you're accepted, right? Or that you know that there's more, but your surroundings and your environment doesn't let that reality manifest. And then you start touching on people in situations that'll come to you naturally. Even me and everything I got going on in my life, to have things just manifest themselves in a way that you understand because you made that request, you asked, and you wanted to know. And then a community of people surround you and they grow along with you. And that's important. So, everything you see in the news, the fighting and the wars and the financial instability and all that, that's not, there's more to it than just that. It's the human experience of living in a civilization that it's at its peak, but there's just so much more than this that is it it kind of just relaxes you and you calm down. You're not living at on your toes every day thinking about what's going to go one way or the other, or reading too much into anything that you might see in the news. In fact, these sort of turmoils and stuff, it's just another way of you looking within and seeing the future of of humanity. So what I was what was swirling in my head a lot was that this AI, it's probably, the future of humanity can swerve. You can one week go in one direction and it's not very stable. Societies at a higher level are a little more, they stabilize a little better, right? Okay, if you're on a boat and you have your what do you call it, that your it's not a telescope, but you get the idea, right? And the boat is swerving, you're not going to get a clear picture of what the future is like, right? You can't tell if it's land or if it's a tree. What is that? Is it a mountain or is it a tree? It's just so foggy, right? So inconsistent. But when you have a stable society, then you can see a lot more clearer and you can tell what direction humanity is going to take if you were here. So what I got was from all this is that the AI is going to be a problem, and because then it's going to probably have people be more constrained in their own environment. They'll make a whole world out of wearing your headset and your VR gear, and if you want to have your employment and do your business and go out and do things like that, then people are going to be more, a part of the population is going to be more connected to themselves like that. Whereas then maybe if you want to meet someone, it'll probably be forever through an equipment that you wear on your head. And maybe that's okay. Maybe a lot of people aren't ready to go out and meet people, or they prefer not to participate in meetings in person, not to talk to people, or not do any sort of family gatherings. So that's going to be very interesting. The way it was portrayed to me, how I saw that manifesting itself in the future, kind of deal, right? Which means that I would rather much prefer in an open society with an open free market and intellectual property and laws to regulate. It's not going to be possible to restrict it in ways where society remains connected, you know, in a physical format, in a percentage of society, then because of these open free markets are going to gravitate towards restricting themselves more, uh, and then doing that part of what that is, right? It's um, it's what I can see manifesting itself. So find your gifts, um, and stay with the people that understand you the most, and be around people that care and love you, that they want the best for your situation, for your circumstance, because um, this thing could grow and develop quite quickly, right? In the shadow of a war or talk of war or any political situation we might be having in the next years. This is something that could creep up easily and not manifest itself out there so quickly before you realize that there's this part of society that just wants to stay home and participate in a virtual reality environment most of the time, right? And that's what some of our more stable societies out there have manifested to me as a concern to them of where they see this is going. And that might be just a part of the society that isn't connected with their higher self, or it might just be a natural forward movement of a society that doesn't have that kind of connection, right? And doesn't understand that as being a part of their life, because not everybody that's here it has an it's in an avatar, right? So you realize you are in an avatar. Your awareness says I'm in an avatar, but also I want to participate in the 3D life connection, and you can have both. You can be uh, a human being that understands, has gifts, and still participate in life for the better part of it, but still knowing, right, the just saying things like this could probably have other people look at you funny, right? Okay. So the things that did make me happy was when I was sitting in front of my computer and I saw that young couple talking, and then there was that girl on the bus, which was just it's years ago, and I do have a couple of more current, like right now, situations that I don't want to talk to, because then that could probably, it probably not a good idea, because I have a lot of trolls that watch my videos, troll me all the time. Just getting trolled almost every day. So I'll say it. I don't know. I won't forget it because it's a unique experience. Maybe 10, 15 years later, I'll talk about it when my situation has changed, or maybe I'm not where I am right now. So, still, it's that part of humanity made me happiest compared to where the manifestations of this new AI technology will take the population, the general populations of humanity. So that's what I do. I tell you guys things. I am actively contributing to humanity with the gifts that I've received and that I got, and that also makes me happy. Um, I always do my grounding, my meditation, so much that I don't really need to do that anymore. But recently, I have been connecting very much with my heart center and my throat chakra and third eye, and then you can feel this warmth energy that kind of radiates out through you, and it just kind of comes in like this, and it just sits at the seat of your soul. So we are getting those upgrades. We are. Um, you'll feel like you're distancing yourself from the third dimension, but yet you're still participating in it, which is a very unique experience. I wonder then if that's just part of the ascension process, and it's easy to understand that not everybody's going to go, but and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it's always been, where these individuals are taken up and taken away and put in places that matches their consciousness, or that you just being yourself around, non-gifted people, you're at least pushing them or helping them, giving them ideas, or showing through your behavior and your attitude the kind of person that you are, and that just plants a seed in people to grow up the civilization of this planet, because still it's not very advanced, so to speak. And what is advanced? It's only if you're ready to go to the next level where you probably just incarnate in a different planet that's suitable for the next level of your learning, and it goes like that ad infinitum all the way to where it needs to go. So I'm not focusing there yet, right? Like I'm not there yet, but I understand where I am living in my uh, circumference, right, of my situation and the lifestyle that I have, and then that's just where I need to be, right? That's where I need that. This is my starting point, and then you can just look forward to um, do the things you have to do for yourself. So I don't plan on making much more videos. I think I've said everything that needed to be heard here in this video. And just for the sake of clarity, yeah, I will be making videos. But then again, not so many videos that it's going to overwhelm my channel with trolls and just those that are not, they don't get it, but they're here anyway. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your afternoon. I'm gonna go out and enjoy myself. I'm gonna go work on a car and just to just have fun working on it. So hope you guys have a good rest of the afternoon and enjoy it. Anything else pop up, like I've said, I'll bring it to your attention, or I'll aggregate a few things and bundle that up and make a nice quick video like I've done today. Have a good rest of your weekend, guys. Thanks for watching.